countries, and these other countries or people from other countries are benefiting from America more than Americans. They benefiting more from America than Americans. And that's sad. And I'm just shocked that people isn't outraged by that. How do you guys not be bothered by that?
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, Sky?
Not much, man. I'm running a little late. I was just coming all the way back from Columbia, Tennessee. I had to take care of some stuff on my job. Oh, hell. So I tried to get back here as quick as I could.
No problem,
I'm
man.
here now.
We just played the video of in Georgia where they raided that Hyundai plant. So ICE raided a Hyundai plant. It was over 500 people that was detained. Most of them was from South Korea. All right. And we was talking about this. We always talk about where the jobs at, man. There's no jobs. And yeah, they are jobs, and they're good paying jobs, but they give them to people who aren't even Americans. You know, and it's sad that, man, a lot of us in this country are okay with that. Like, we're fine. We don't have an issue with that.
Yeah.
And so it's just bizarre. We got a lot to talk about today. I actually added more on. I found some bizarre stuff. Let me let y'all know now. If you ain't tuned in right now. This is about to be a classic. Without further ado, man, this next video, Sky, I'm about to shock you. This next video, this woman, actually, I'm just gonna let her tell you. I can't even put it into words the way that she can. So without further ado, we're gonna play this video, and then Sky, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about this, all right?
Y'all, I literally just ruined a 3-year relationship, and I don't even know how to feel about it. I'm gonna just jump right into the fucking video, all right? So I met this man 2 months ago, okay? And I was under the impression that this man was an LPN. Now, the way that I met him was very organically. I was getting my hair done, and in the middle of me getting my hair done, I got hungry. So I went to go get food. I walked to go get food. As I'm walking to get food, there's a man sitting outside his car. We make eye contact. I continue. I go into the store. I come out the store. He starts following me. He's like, hey, you, I'm talking to you. I turn around. We exchange numbers. Boom. We link up. He still wants to take me on a date, but it's 9 o'clock at this point. It's a little too late for a date, at least where I am. Nothing's open except the casino. So we go to the casino, but nothing's open in the casino. You feel me? So ultimately, we had to just chill in the car. We chill in the car, whatever. We're getting to know each other. I mean, he's gonna know me because I don't shut the fuck up ever about myself. Long story short, we ended up doing the do. Before we did the do, I let him know, because I didn't want to do the do originally. I let him know that I had chlamydia at some point this year. Yeah, I'll own it. I went and got treated for it, but I never went to go get tested again. I let this man know that verbatim. That's exactly what I told him. I had chlamydia, got treated, still haven't gotten tested since. Don't know if I have it, if I'm being honest with you. Exactly what I told that man. He goes, no, you don't have it. Like, you took the medicine. Like, he's trying to reassure me, like, hey, you don't have chlamydia. All right, cool. I believe you. Why? Because he told me he's an LPN. He told me he's a fucking nurse, okay? As he's getting to know my personality, he's also letting me know, like, oh, I'm such a sweet guy. Like, you need a nice guy like me, basically. Like, because you need, like, the opposite of you. Someone that's going to calm you down. Like, he's really trying to get me to believe that he's such a nice guy, that he's a nurse, and he's not like the other guy. As he's saying all this, I'm like not falling for it, because part of me is just like, you're a man, you only want one thing, like, I'm not dumb, okay? After we do the do, this man is literally looking at me with pure fucking disgust, okay? He's looking at me like I just ate my own shit. Like, the way that he looked at me, I never want a man to look at me like that ever again. He looks at me with disgust, and I'm looking at him like, what I do? And he's like, are you sure you don't have chlamydia? Did I not just tell you? I don't know. Mind you, as we're doing the do, he's literally like looking at my vagina trying to see if I have, I I don't even know. Warts? Bitch, what were you looking for? I go inside, all right? I'm done with his bullshit. I go inside. He calls me because I was upset with like how things ended. He calls me. He tries to make up for it. Okay, cool. I'm easy. He comes back the next day. We do it again. You would think that after he made such a big deal about are you sure, like, that he wouldn't want to fuck me again? Like, I don't know. Just my guess. That's what I would think. No, fucks me again and then accuses me of having HIV. How do we go from STI to STD? I don't know unless you gave it to me. I ended up blocking him because one day he texts me, hey, Jules. I respond within a few minutes and I say, hey. And he literally didn't respond. So I blocked him. So he can literally never respond. That all happened last month, okay? Wait, does that make sense? I don't know. But this all happened last month because the last time I texted him, it said 7/26. So that definitely had to happen last month. I don't know if I got the months right. This is a blur to me. Yeah. When I tell you, by the grace of fucking God, for whatever reason, I don't know why this happened. I go get Gabby's hair done. She gets the same hairstyle as me. She decides within literally 2 days of her having that hairstyle, she doesn't want that hairstyle and she wants to look like she's Korean because of the K-pop Demon Hunters. So I got her some bangs that straightened her hair, but it didn't look as straight as it could be. So I was like, you know what? We're going to book you a silk press. Today's the hair appointment, okay? Me and Gabby, we go. Oh, let me show y'all Gabby's hair, okay? It ain't. All right, I'm getting my hair done next. Yeah, I'm going to get a sew-in from her. But anyways, okay, listen, back to the story. I go in, and there's this girl. We are going to call her, let's just call her Dream. I don't know. Let's just call her Dream. So there's this girl, Dream. And Dream went to high school with me, and we also worked together one time at Krispy Kreme. I'm like, hey girl, haven't seen you in so long. Like, how are you? We're catching up, whatever. We didn't talk the whole appointment though. Like, just keep that in mind. It's not like we were getting super comfortable, whatever. Some point in the appointment, like near the end of the appointment, we do kind of start getting comfortable, and I start telling them like, oh yeah, I had a psychic reading. I'm talking to a girl who did Gabby's hair, and I'm talking to Dream, okay? So I'm like, yeah, I got a psychic reading. I don't know how you guys feel about psychic readings, but like, yeah, she told me I'm gonna buy a house by 30 or before 30, and she told me I have my own business. So now we start talking about having our own business, okay? Dream starts telling me how she has a boyfriend, and he always says like he wants to help her, he wants to invest in her, basically start her own business, yada yada. I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool. She's like, yeah, like talking about her man. She's talking like pretty highly of her man too. She's like, yeah, he's Haitian, like I love Haitian men. I'm like, girl, me too. She's like, yeah, but he's not like, you know, the other Haitian men. Like, he's really just about his business, about his money, whatever. She says his name. She says this man's first and last name. Come again. Now, the reason why I know this man's name is because when he would call me, it would show his full name on the caller ID. So when she said that name, I literally was like, girl, nuh-uh. She's like, why? I was like, girl, what does he look like? You need to show me him. Now she shows me him. It's the man. It's the fucking man. Yeah. When I tell you, I did not know what to say. Like, she had just went on this whole like tangent about her man. Like, they've been together for 3 years. He's such a good guy. He's not like these other men. Like, he's supposed to be investing in her. Like, all this shit. I'm like, bitch, I was just fucking that man a month ago. Like, I did not know what to say. Like, the girl, she's braiding so much hair, that girl was gagged. We're all gagged. Like, bitch, and the kicker is, he was on his way there. Bitch, she's probably whooping his ass right now as we speak. Oh my God. I have no words. I really don't. I did ask her if I could make a video before y'all were like, oh, now you're like fucking explaining her to you. I asked her, I said, girl, can I make a video? She's like, yeah, just don't say my name. I got you, girl, but
Man.
Yeah, that was a lot to digest.
Man, I don't even know where to start. I got so much in my mind listening to that, right?
Well, you know, here's the thing for me. If he kept wanting to pursue her and have sex with her, when she told him that she had chlamydia, you know, whatever happens to him is on him. Because it ain't like she hid it. She told you. And first of all, why are you trying to have sex with this woman? Was that on the first date?
That was the first day he met her.
Everything he gets. I mean, when you a slave to your penis, when you are a slave to your penis, and you deserve what's going to happen.
You know what, Sky? This should be proof. Women should watch this, and then what they should gather from this is dudes, no matter the situation, we'll stick our penis in anything.
That's sad.
And these females do not require dudes to wear a condom. This chick told this dude that she had chlamydia. And he didn't care. He an LPN. He's an LPN. She told him, hey, man, I got chlamydia. I took medicine for it. I didn't get retested. So I don't know if I have it or not, but I can tell you that I did not get retested for this. And he was ready to go anyway. Then this dude circled the block and then had sex with her again. With a whole girlfriend. And these chicks, man, they'll let dudes go into them raw. This female telling y'all that these dudes, if they look good enough to these dudes, I even heard a case where a woman told a dude she had HIV, and he still went in a raw. Ladies, these dudes, it don't matter if you look good. Most of these dudes gonna go. They go.
Okay.
So if you were a chick, if ladies, if you were a dude, they got a lot of dudes after them, and they ain't got no dick discipline. Man, you playing Russian roulette.
Yeah, you really are. That is the absolute truth. And to me, sometimes it just falls in both ways. Because even with her, if she knew she had this or previously had it within a few months, you should have just said no. Even if he wanted to use a condom or something. Because what if he didn't want to use a condom? What if he wanted to take his tongue to please you?
He did.
You know, he didn't put a condom on his tongue, right? So, they didn't.
He didn't have a condom.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, even on her, I blame some of that on her too, because she could have easily said no and went home.
Man, it just show you that a lot of females don't have discipline either when it comes to that.
That's right. That is right. And why these diseases is spread around.
Man, that's scary, dude.
It is scary.
She told this man, it's possible that I got chlamydia. That would have been end of the story for me. That's it. We ain't got nothing else to discuss. Nothing else. That's it.
Yeah,
and he didn't even care. He went in anyway. And first. He dove in. Man.
Because, sometimes even if she told me this chlamydia, she might not know what else she might have, right? So you really playing with your life for no reason whatsoever. Go buy you a toy. Go buy you a robot. Go buy you something else to please you, but don't play with your life, man. That could be avoided. Absolutely.
Man. And then, I'm not giving her a pass. Because it's possible that you can have this. Even if he ain't smart enough, you should be wise enough to say, nah, I ain't doing this. Right. I ain't doing this.
You know what I think?
You didn't know because the partner you had didn't tell you, but then you should have been, at least have a good enough character to say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to live with you, and I know that it's a possibility that I got chlamydia.
Right.
You know what I
think about sometimes? You know how when girls are little and have to go get shots, they're scared of needles, right? You want to watch the person, the phlebotomist, clean and sterilize that needle. Open up a brand new pack, clean your arm before they stick it. Why don't women think of a penis like a needle? Why don't they ever think? Because it's doing the same thing. It's going inside of you, right? So if a phlebotomist is taking blood out, but an IV is putting liquid in, so they're both needles, right? Why don't people think of penis like a needle? Why don't you try to make sure that it's clean, it's sterile before it goes inside of you, it's protected? Why don't they do that?
Man, I just think a lot of people out here don't value life. This is true. That a lot of people out here really don't value life.
Correct.
They don't, man. We got, man, you sent me a today, I'm telling y'all, tune in. We got a lot of crazy stuff that we need to hit on. I had more stories I had more than enough stories. And I'm like, dang, I don't even know if we're going to even be able to cover all this during the show. But without further ado, so it's some Chirac, we're going to call them Chirac YNs, is threatening the president. So without further ado, Sky, let's go ahead and play this and let's listen to what these
Trump talking about something Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. Nigga, you about to find out why it's called the right. The fuck, goofy ass nigga. We ain't scared of this shit.
We are a different fucking breed out here.
What's
nigga.
up,
We are
Becky,
not Los
baby,
Angeles. Nigga, we are not Washington, D.C. Nigga, this is Chicago, nigga. Them niggas go fight back. I'm telling you, them niggas go fight back, gang. Whatever, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Them young niggas got switches, gang. They not going for that shit, bro. I know a bunch of y'all finna say, oh, it's the National Guard. They can't do anything about it. They must go in Chicago. Nigga, do y'all know that it's more bad people than good people, bro? There are over 100,000 gangs in Chicago by the city.
Hold on. Let me play this again, dude. Because I want to make sure we catch this first ignorant dude.
Man, Trump talking about something Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. Nigga, you about to find out why it's called the right. The fuck, goofy ass nigga. We ain't scared of this shit.
We are a different fucking breed out here, nigga. We are not Los Angeles. Nigga, we are not Washington, D.C. Nigga, this is Chicago, nigga. Them niggas go fight back. I'm telling you, them niggas go fight back, gang. Whatever, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Them young niggas got switches, gang. They not going for that shit, bro. I know a bunch of y'all finna say, oh, it's the National Guard. They can't do anything about it. They must go in Chicago. Nigga, do y'all know that it's more bad people than good people, bro? There are over 100,000 gangs in Chicago by the city.
All right. So I had to double back and play that again.
Right.
You know what, Sky? I think I talked about this on the show before.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, and I mean this wholeheartedly, we need to bring back the draft. Because if y'all can go ahead and be out on these streets with guns and switches and everything else, right? And analyzing people, I got to use that because I'm on TikTok right now. I'm on TikTok Live. But if y'all can do all that, they need to draft y'all to the military. First and foremost. Second of all, man, we talk about the military. Do you know they could take you out of your sleep and you never even know it? Do you know what you talk? You talk about the greatest military in the world. People are trained to snuff you in your sleep. You never even see it coming. Is that what we doing now? We threatening the military? This ain't the police. This ain't the old fat jolly dude that's going to get a donut and coffee every day, sitting in a dang car on the corner, man, watching you get robbed. This ain't that dude. These is dudes that, man, they train for this. They eat this and they drink this. Y'all think Chirac, all right. Let them bring black ops and let them bring some real military folks on there. What are we talking about? We challenging the military now? We think that you think the military can't stop this stuff? These fools crazy, man. He right. They feel new.
Yeah, I'm with you. So about that I always said years ago that every criminal who has killed somebody in cold blood, whether it was a husband, a wife, a gang, anybody, they should not go to jail and they should not be on death row. You should put that same gun in their hand and send them to the Middle East and see if they still have that same energy. See, it's easy to kill people. Yes, it's easy to kill people in America because most Americans are peaceful people, right? A lot of Americans are not walking around with guns like that.
Let me see. I'm glad you said that, Sky. Yeah, I'm glad you said that because this is why I don't want to stay anywhere where there's liberals. I'm not really all that fond of conservatives, but I tell you, I don't want to be where there's no liberals. Because you tell me that I don't have a right to protect my stuff and my family and whatnot? No. No.
Yeah. So you think about it. You send those guys overseas, all these rappers and gangbangers, you send them overseas where 12-year-old boys are carrying guns bigger than me. And I mean, they strapping them and they shooting back. You got this 945, this Glock. They got AKs and SRs and SKs shooting at you. See how big of a thug and a big person you are then. It's easy to rob the old lady crossing the street with a gun, but I guarantee you won't go over to Iran, Iraq, Czechoslovakia, all that old stuff talking stupid. So that's point
You know
one.
why they're emboldened by that, though, Sky? You know
Right.
why they're emboldened? Because,
Right.
man, in this next situation, which I'm going to play, I'm going to tell y'all about it now, because it's going to roll into that. Where in Charlotte, North Carolina, this young woman from Ukraine that was escaping war, she's a refugee, was over here, hopped on the train after work, and she sat in front of this guy. You know, she didn't know him, he didn't know her. Dude pulls out a pocket knife and stabs her in the neck. Right? You know why they're doing that? And they're not trying to fix that. They are not trying to fix that. You know what? Because that's big bucks. Crime does pay.
Yeah.
You ever heard that? Crime pays? Of
Yeah.
course, it pays the politicians.
Yeah. War on drugs and all that stuff. But my second point was go ahead.
They got security guards.
Yeah. And you know, dude was talking about all that stuff he was talking. You know, that video might be a day or two old. Do you know as of today, ICE and the National Guard is in Chicago right now? So all that stuff he just said was just big boy stuff. They are there now detaining people. The National Guard is there. They're taking care of all that stuff. And he talking about, well, we're not LA. Well, do you know what they had to do in LA? Do you know Trump deployed like 500 Marines into LA? So do you think he won't deploy 500 Marines? Again, this ain't the cops, this ain't the National Guard. These are Marines. You know how you go to boot camp for 6 months? Marines go to more than that, because when war happens, the first people on the ground are the Marines. They're the first people there for the Air Force, the Navy, anybody, special ops. So if they send these trained killers, Marines into Chicago, you talking that stuff. You're going to get people killed because you're talking stupid on social media.
I think we are living in a historical time.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Trump just super exposed a lot of corrupt, and I think this is going over people's heads. He has exposed a lot of corruption in politics because we police everywhere else in the world. We are everywhere, but we don't even police our own cities. So, you know, we don't need, so why do we need the military other places then? Why do we as Americans feel that we need military in other places and not home? And we are even more violent here than other places. What's the difference in being on the south side of Chicago and being in Iraq or Afghanistan or even Ukraine? What's the difference? Because you could be in the hospital, movie theater, grocery store. You can even be sitting outside on your porch and somebody come and take your life.
That's true.
So what's the difference?
That's true. Yeah.
So we could have military and send all these weapons and all this stuff elsewhere, and we don't even protect our. We can't even be safe in our own, and it's with our tax dollars. Where do they think all this money come to fund military? It's our money.
Yep. And that dude wasn't thinking about what he was doing. One is the difference between criticizing the president and his policies. That sounds like a threat to the president. And two, you're going to get a lot of people killed because one, you threatening the president, and two, he's going to send in more powerful people than these thugs that you have on the street. They don't care about 100,000 gangs. They have warfare, like you said, that they can just spread in the air. You inhale it and you're dead.
And that's it. And you go. You out of here. So, you know, I mean, man, it just shows the failure of parents. These older generations that like to pat themselves on the back and say, man, I'm wise and wisdom. With age comes wisdom, where it doesn't come intelligence. Age does not mean intelligence. This is proof that the older generations really dropped the ball when it comes to you. And we are stepping into that. Really, I'm talking about as a whole. Because these folks is talking. reckless.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do this in other countries without consequence. Go to another country and talk this stuff on video about the leader of the country and see if they don't come not only after you, but your whole bloodline. All of y'all out of here. They are not playing enough. That's how you know that we are in the greatest country in the world. Because you can do stuff like this and still, live to see another day. You can't do this anywhere else.
But the crazy part is Trump been having conversations with Putin, and he knows how Putin runs Russia. So now, if you think this is a coincidence that he's friends with Putin, and now he's sending National Guards and Marines and militaries into these streets to clean them up?
This lets you know that he really do. I told somebody this. I was like, I don't want to hear anything else about Trump don't care about people of color. Because most of the crimes take place in our community. All these people could all ask and request military support, and they don't. We got more than enough military to protect every city that got crime, but they don't, because you know why? They get funding for these programs to fight crime, which they don't never fight crime, because the crime never really gets back. They all go analytics and with the statistics and the stats show. Okay, well, live over there and then show me the value of them stats. Because we're living way off where you ain't got to worry about crime. You got a security system. You got armed guards. No, come over here with the regular folk and let's see what them status, how valuable them stats are now. And they don't even, a lot of them don't even live in the districts that they run.
No, of course not. Hell no.
They don't even live in the districts that they run.
No.
We got an incompetent mayor here in Nashville. I mean, I can't stand our mayor because I'm downtown and I can tell you that it's getting worse and worse. He is trashing this city. Trashing. So, man, I think that, I hope I never have to bury a lover. Because of a policy, because a lot of these politicians can't help, and they refuse to. I'm going to stop there because I can't really say what I want to say, but it's going to get, I think, man, people going to get fed up. These politicians, they're going to have to understand, people are really at their peak. They're getting fed up. I know I am just watching this stuff. Speaking of, Sky, I'm going to go ahead to this next video. I got to show you this. Let me cut the music right quick. Man, if you guys are watching, if y'all could do me a favor, share the live. Y'all are tuned in to the Nashville Caveman podcast show. Y'all can also watch the full show on YouTube. The link is the /@ SO Driven Media. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, wherever you watch it from, TikTok, if y'all can share the live, we appreciate it. Let me go ahead and get into this next video, right? Because, man, I was just like, man, they talk about it's going to be a rapture. It ain't happening fast enough. Because I'm just telling you, this stuff is just getting more and more bizarre. So here we go, Sky. Out of Charlotte, North Carolina. She gets on board, Ukraine refugee. She's sitting there. She don't know this. I gotta say, forget over that club.
So was that random? Was he trying to get into a game?
That was random. He didn't even know this chick.
Yeah, but hold on. You do know, like in some quote unquote games, you have like this initiation. And one of the things they would do is tell you, go find a random person to rob them, or go find a random person to break into their house. I see, you didn't know that girl, and she didn't do nothing to him. Was that like a gang initiation? Or go find somebody, stab them, and then you in the game? But for him to just wake up and stab somebody, that's a whole different type of hell that he has to go in. But hey, send him, take that same knife, put that army outfit on, send him overseas, and ask him to go do that to them folks over there. They will be sending his body parts back to his mama the next day.
Man, you know what? This dude, first and foremost, should have never been out. Second of all, the judge, this dude he got a history, a decade-old history of violent crimes. The judge that let him out should be disbarred. End of discussion. That judge should not have a job.
Did they catch the guy? Did they catch him?
I'm quite sure they caught him, but I mean, for the family, what difference do it make? I mean, they daughter caught. Y'all, Sky, you said the realest thing that on this show, the realest thing on this show that I hope people took note of. You said the most important politicians or politics is local. Your judges, your city council, them folks, your mayor,
alderman,
they are the most important, way more important than the president.
Those are boots on the ground.
Because, man, your safety really hinges on them.
That's right.
It hinges on them. Trump just showing people that politics do got the power to do things. Because we always say, ain't it funny that for years we've been saying, oh man, their feet are tied, their hands are tied. They can't do this and they can't do that. Now all of a sudden the guy gets in there and he's doing stuff and he's to blame for everything. Well, what happened to all these politicians before him that couldn't get things done?
They didn't want to.
They don't want to. They don't want to get stuff.
The local government, that's on both sides, man. You wonder why your property taxes is going up? You wonder why all these things are happening? You either A, ain't running for office, or B, you not voting.
Right. I mean, it is ridiculous, man. So you're right. That was the most powerful message. Is the importance of local.
But you know what?
Out of the 2 years we've been on this show, that's one of the realest comments that you know that was made. Period.
They don't teach this in school. Like I didn't learn about how many state senators and how many state representatives I had till I got to college. They don't teach this in school.
You know why they don't teach that in school? No. Well, you got to think of who run the school system. Who is the school system's majority ran by? Conservatives or liberals?
Nowadays, I would say liberals.
So they want to dumb people down.
Because
they want to keep people illiterate and dumbed down. And they want their source of information to come from the news. Remember when we had to do reports? When we had to do reports, you had to find 4 to 5 sources of where you got your information. Now everybody's information comes from 1 or 2 sources. And it's mostly a news outlet, and they don't go and research that news themselves. They just we put too much faith and belief and value into media.
Yeah.
And these media folks are bought too. Just like politicians, we believe politicians are paid off. The media personnel, they're paid off.
Like radio DJs. It's called payola. Yeah.
But
if you just ask any child right now, let's say in high school, pick any high school in Tennessee, and you ask them who is their state senator for their district, who is their state representative for their ward, they couldn't tell you. They couldn't.
A lot of them even couldn't tell you the governor.
Yeah, some couldn't tell you.
A lot of them couldn't tell you the governor. They couldn't tell you who's on city council. You are absolutely right. And we leave that to the school system to give us that information. So the parents, it's proof that the parents really are failing the kids.
And look at the school system there, right? All the old school teachers are gone. It's these young girls dressing these TikTok teachers. That's what we'll call them, TikTok teachers. And they ain't probably thinking about that too, because they don't even know the answer.
Oh boy, y'all. We still got a lot to cover. We moving on. All right, you sent me this, and I thought this was really funny, right? Man, this restaurant in Vegas, bizarre rules, man, real bizarre rules. So we gonna go ahead and play this, man, and Ben Scott.
At this restaurant, if you don't finish your food, you get spanked in public. Welcome to the Heart Attack Grill in Las Vegas. Yeah, the name says it all. The moment you walk in, you're handed a hospital gown to wear, and every server is dressed like a nurse. If you weigh over 350 pounds, you eat for free, unlimited. When you order, your nurse will cheerfully ask if you'd like the emergency option. Their signature burger is literally called the bypass burger. It's stacked with 8 beef patties, topped with 40 slices of bacon, 16 slices of cheese, and piled high with chilies, onions, and tomatoes. The whole thing clocks in at over 20,000 calories. Basically, 3 days worth of meals in one. Can't finish it? You're not walking away quietly. You'll be escorted to the center of the room, told to bend over, and one of the nurses will grab a giant wooden paddle and give you a few solid whacks. Some people laugh through it, others run out red-faced, but no one forgets it. Is it a food challenge? A twisted show? Maybe both. Tag that friend who's always bragging about their appetite and dare them to survive this prescription meal.
Okay, that is that here in America? That's here. Where is that?
Yeah, that's in Vegas.
That's in Vegas. So
that is in Vegas.
In perspective, I got a doctor's appointment Wednesday, so I'm probably around 245, 250-ish. That means I would have to gain 100 pounds to eat for free. And if I tried to gain 100 pounds, I would probably be dead before I got to the 100 pounds. And then when I got to 350, that stuff would have killed me right then. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. And then let's just say you are fit. Let's say you're around the 220, 200. Why would you even want to go to a restaurant? I know sometimes, Damo, we spend our food, we spend our money, and we get this food like, damn, this is all I got for 20 bucks. But then sometimes there's overkill. Why would you even want to go to a place that serves that much food? Like sometimes you see so much food, it makes you sick. I enjoy the atmosphere. The spanking is entertaining, but I'm just talking about 20,000 calories in one meal. They should have EMTs and doctors in there if you're going to do that.
Man, I just don't know what to say, man. Then what's the drinks? That was 20,000 calories, and you didn't even see any drinks. We didn't see no sodas or nothing. Like, so what are they giving people, a 1 liter soda? They literally trying to take people out.
Teas, all that other stuff. But it just goes to show you.
You gotta be 350. You almost out of here already.
Almost. That's what I'm saying. So it goes to show you that there's still a part of society that don't care about health. And that's what that restaurant is. They do not care about exercising, eating right, or living long. They just want to live for the moment. And that is what that restaurant is. If you are the type of person that just says, damn it, come on, I want to eat what I want to eat when I want to eat it, that's the place to go. And I bet you that place stays packed every day.
I got sick watching them melt that cheese with a torch.
Man,
man. Oh, shit. That's nuts. 40 things of bacon on one sandwich?
Come on now.
40 slices of bacon?
That's crazy. Man. When you need a fork or a spoon to eat your hamburger, something's wrong. When you eat your hamburger like you eat meatloaf, like with the fork and spoon, something's wrong. When you cut your hamburger like a steak, something is wrong.
Man, that is nuts, man.
And then again, if you're healthy, if you're healthy, like around 220, 200 pounds, right? If you don't finish your food, then that's when they want to spank you. So they're spanking you for not being fat, out of shape, and being hungry. That's crazy. So I needed to go plate, but before I go, I gotta get a spanking. Let's be real. Come on now. I mean, it's
Did you see the wind up that nurse did when she hit him? I mean, she did a softball wind up. It looked like she hit him so hard his ass cheek fell off. It looked like I thought his ass cheek fell off. That's how hard she hit that man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's Vegas, so it's entertaining. And when people go to Vegas and when
What's
they
entertaining
go
about
to,
that, man? Damn.
I'm saying when people go on boats and when they go to Vegas, the two things they like to do is relax and eat. Have you ever been on a cruise, Damo?
Not
No,
yet.
me neither. But I'm just saying, most people, when they say they go on a cruise, they gain 5 to 10 pounds. And they just sitting and eating and drinking anything they want. Whatever your mind can think of, they will fix it. Basically, that's what that is in Vegas. And that is just crazy. And again, I bet you need
a hamburger. That reminded me of Good Burger. You know Mondo Burger? What they over there making Mondo burgers now?
Hey, if me and you went tomorrow at 12 in the afternoon, right? That place would be out the line. That place would be down the street.
Man, I couldn't finish that in a week.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd be like, well, what? And then the cost of that stuff, because remember, you gotta be 350 and over to eat it. So anybody that's under 300 pounds or under 250, if you don't eat that, you gonna get spanked. And then how much is that food gonna cost? Think about that. 16 pieces of bacon? Like, good Lord.
I thought they said 40 pieces. I thought they said 40 pieces of bacon, 16 slices of cheese, and like, what was it, 16 patties or something crazy like that? That's nuts, man.
Yeah, that is, woo, man.
I've seen it all, man. I've officially seen it all. They got a real life Mondo burger in Vegas. I don't want no part of that.
And that's why I sent you the video so you can see the spanking part. Like, have you ever been to a restaurant with your wife and because you didn't finish the food, they spanked you?
I'd rather get my ass spanked than have my stomach hurt.
Man, come on. That's what I'm saying. They need gurneys.
Paddle me all you want. Hey, we come from the era of paddle. I'd rather my butt hurt than my damn stomach. Could you imagine that stuff coming out?
That's if you got out the hospital. They would have to pump your stomach or bend you over and chisel that out of your butt. Sorry to be disgusting. But could you imagine that? Because you were so constipated that they're going to have to go up in there like a colonoscopy, but not with a tube, with a hammer and everything else like they're excavating and chisel that up out of there.
Man, man, it sounds with that. They had to dish you from the back. From the back to get that out.
There wouldn't be enough laxatives in the world to help you. Not even an enema would help you. That would just lubricate you. They would still have to go in there like a miner.
4 weeks, guy.
Yeah, think about it. Like miners go to coal mining caves. They would have to go up in your butt like a coal miner with all type of damn tools and utensils to get that out of your colon so you could go to the bathroom. That's crazy.
That's diabolical, man.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of diabolical, let's go ahead. We got to play this. So Rampage Jackson, remember I told you I was going to give y'all an update on this dude, right? So Rampage Jackson came out and he did an interview and he made some comments regarding this song. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and play this. So Scott, we're going to come back and then we're going to chime in on.
Okay.
Fuck all that. Roger, I think that he should do a little time, do a little community service, and go to anger management class, see some therapy.
But that goes like some people said it was attempted murder and things like that. That's not a little time.
It wasn't attempted murder because he wasn't trying to kill that guy.
How do you know?
Because that's my son. I know my son. Roger wasn't trying to kill nobody. He wasn't trying to kill that. He wasn't trying to kill that guy. Roger probably didn't even know how bad he hurt that guy. He wasn't trying to kill that guy. The problem is everything got blown out of proportion, and people thought that Roger snuck into the fucking ring and did that. That's what the problem is. Like at this point, Roger was in the act as a pro wrestler, but he ain't no fucking pro wrestler. The promoters had no reason putting my son in that fucking ring. So, but it was no attempted fucking murder.
I don't think it was attempted murder, but it was aggravated assault and with premeditation.
Man,
With
I'm
weapons,
sorry.
because you have to register your hands as weapons, right? You showed a video last week of one of those wrestlers psyching him up, right? Gaslighting him. So that's premeditated because it was 2 hours between the beer can and the ring. So that's premeditated. And 2, that is assault. But I agree with the dad. I do blame the promotion too for even putting him in that situation. Like, you didn't even give him like a pre-workout, a pre-training. Oh, it's like he just flew in and did that. That's what I'm getting out of Roger. Like, he didn't know nothing about professional wrestling, how it worked. They flew him in, they paid him, they wanted him to be on the flyer, sign some autographs to make some money. So yes, I would say 60% goes to the promotion or the company, but that other 40 still goes to your son.
Let me ask you a quick question, Sky. Mm-hmm. Because, man, you and I were both fans of wrestling when we were a young age.
Right.
At what age did you figure out that, hey, this stuff is not real?
I got to an argument one time in the 4th grade with this little white kid. He kept telling me it wasn't real. We about to get to fighting. He kept telling me that the Macho Man and Leaping Lady Powerful were brothers. I said, no, they're not. His last name is Savage and his last name is... But now that guy, I don't know what that guy is. To this day, I would have to apologize, right? Maybe in the late 90s, early 2000s, when Vince McMahon was coming out saying this was theatrical and pre-made up.
How old were you? How old were you at that time?
21, something like that. I had no.
So I didn't figure out that it was not real until I was about 15, 16.
Okay.
And that's when they had a documentary. It was where this reporter said it was fake and the dude fake hit him and whatnot. And then I was like, oh, dang, this really is staged. I mean, it's real, but it's staged. It's theatrical.
So did you see the tape? Did you see the tape called Secrets of Professional Wrestling? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Well, I don't know if it was that particular tape, but I know it was one. It was old school VHS.
Yeah, that's what I watched, old school VHS, yes.
At 25, you would think, or I would, if I was a betting man, that most people by 25 have figured out wrestling is staged. Especially if you are a professional fighter. You would know. Somebody would tell you, no, that's staged. So for him to get up there, I wouldn't say it wasn't. I wouldn't say it. I would say it wasn't attempted. Hey, he hit him 2 or 3 times. But the fact that he hit him over 20 times and the dude was defenseless, whether you are a professional fighter or not, if you hit somebody over 20 times and they don't have no defense, no way of blocking themselves, they out already. How is that not attempted? Because even I, who am not a professional fighter, know if I got 20 free licks in and I'm on top of somebody at close range,
right,
and I'm getting off 20 licks, I'm going to take them. I already know the damage I can do. And I'm not even a professional fighter. I know the damage I can do. So how did this dude at 25 not know that in 20 shots, what he was doing? And they're lucky that they came in at that time, because he didn't look like he was getting ready to stop. He gave no indication that he was going to go ahead and stop. He gave no indication that he was going to stop. So I don't know how they don't say it.
Right. Well, you know what? I think he has anger management issues, like his daddy said. He could have blacked out. And then you got to realize, listen to how Rampage talks, right? That's from being in that UFC fighting all the time, taking all them shots to the head. His son, how many matches has his son had? Because he could have had concussions, taking shots to the head. So when you talk to them type of people, it don't take much to trigger them to go from 0 to 100, because that's what they have to do when they're in the cage. So you're right. Maybe the first couple of shots I can see, but after that, yeah, I think he blacked out, pissed off, and he just didn't know how to stop, because when he's in the cage fighting, you don't stop until that referee pulls you off, basically. So, I mean, it could teeter either way. I just didn't want to see him get charged with attempted murder. I think he does need to do some time, like his daddy said. He needs some anger management issues, and he needs to stay out of the ring. Now, if somebody else seen that's attempted murder,
I don't think he needs to do the lie.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't
If
think he
attempted murder, I could see that, because if that was my son or cousin or I won't say husband, sorry, brother or anything, then yeah, I would be pushing for attempted murder if I was a family member. But somebody who is still right now actively a professional wrestler, I don't want to see him charged because accidents happen. You know, if that's the case, a lot of us will be in jail for attempted murder, trying to do stuff that we ain't supposed to be doing. And then again, it would be hard to charge you for attempted murder because it's inside the ring. Once you're inside the ring, it blocks a lot of that legal stuff because again, it's theatric. He knew it was coming. It was an accident. He moved his head the wrong way. I mean, WWE has been sued for a lot. One time, Triple H tried to get somebody a pedigree. You know what a pedigree looked like, right? Where he hits your hands and then he sits on his knees and your face. Well, dude thought he said power driver. So dude, instead of having his neck like this, he had it like that. So it broke his neck and he sued the WWE. But when he's in court, they was like, okay, you right. They owe you for the damages, but what you're trying to get, you knew that accidents happen when you got two big guys trying to do things. Accidents happen. So this was not intent. You did get hurt. So he got whatever he got. And so that's what it would be like to most wrestlers that's watching. It's like, it just got out of hand. But people on the outside would be like, yeah, that is attempted murder. So I can see it both ways.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, man. You know what I'm saying? But I hate this line that he said this. I know my kid wouldn't do that. Well, if you knew your kid had a temper, why would you even train him for UFC? And you know that he got a temper. You asked him for trouble, man.
Yeah.
You know he a loose cannon. Why would you have him in that?
Most of them do. What? Mike Tyson had a temper. All of them do. It's a way of getting them off the streets from killing somebody to putting them in the boxing ring. But once you get them in that situation where they can let that temper out, I'm with you, Damo. Then it's hard to put it back in the box.
Man, I think, and you know what, Sky? I think in sports like that, you need to have a therapist. They need to see a therapist.
Yes.
I think that should be a requirement.
Mm-hmm.
I think it should be a requirement. If you're in any organized fighting, you should have to go see a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
A psychologist also. You should be able to see a therapist and psychologist.
Right. I do agree with that. And they probably do. Dana White probably has them seen mental health people, psychiatrists, therapists, you know. But a lot of those young kids.
That should be part of your licensing. I think when you renew your license for fighting, that should be, and they should be able to have to report back and say, hey, this person is or this person isn't fit for this sport mentally.
Right. And they should do it even before they start training them to see.
I agree.
Again, we have to be realistic. A lot of these guys from the 70s, 80s on up to now, these are inner city children, even in other countries. Inner city children.
That's why they need to do it though.
That's had issues, right? They've been adopted, they've been abandoned, they've been abused, they've been raped. So they got all these issues. And instead of keeping these kids out on the streets beating up old ladies, they train them how to beat other men in the ring or the cage or whatever else.
Yep. They need counseling. I think that reason, them reasons you just ran off, is why I really advocate for counseling.
True, Nas.
Psychiatrists, therapists, all that. This is why I advocate for, because you're right. They do come from these backgrounds, you know, that's unfavorable. And they're emotionally unstable and they need somewhere to release that rage. And this is why I think they need to go through counseling.
Mm-hmm.
Like this dude should have been seeing a counselor, therapist, and a psychiatrist.
Yeah. Because they do them in prison. When you get locked up, you go see those people. So if he do time, he for go see one of them. But you know the crazy, what the scary part is, Naj and Dano, is that these are the ones we see and we know and we capture. What about all the young kids in the street that never went to boxing and UFC and
so need to have them
in the streets? These folks, nobody has gathered them in and said, "Hey, let me show you how to use this rage." Those young kids are still on the streets, and then they wonder why
they do that, though,
huh?
It all comes back to crime pays. They don't want to fix that. Crime pays. They get money from these programs, and they pocket that money. They never fix. If you ever notice, why do we got all these programs and never fix nothing?
Oh no. And prisons, they're a private business.
Yeah,
y'all know who has invested in prisons? You'll never guess who invested in prisons 5 years ago. Michael Jordan. Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he invested so much money in. He got a lot of flack for that, investing in prisons. Yeah.
Free labor. All of it. You're right, and I don't think they're hard enough on crime. I think, man, our criminal system is really true. I think there's people that's out that have no business being out. They just don't have no business being out. Candace Owens, man, said something really interesting. I was really happy to find this because, Sky, me and you had a conversation about this before, right? And I can't wait. I'm really excited, not only to play this video, but I can't wait to clip it, to see the conclusion we come to this. Because Candace Owens, she addressed Tia Mowry, her situation, and the celebration of empowered divorce. Like a lot of women are empowered by divorce. So, without further ado, Sky, I'm gonna go ahead and play this, man. We're gonna listen to this, and then we're gonna go ahead and break this down, all right?
To speak about their divorces in a way that feels empowering, like they're basically promoting divorce in a weird way. And I don't mean to use her to attack her personally, because she is just a symptom of a disease that is happening in our society. And I genuinely feel bad for her when I listen to this clip, but I'm going to allow you to listen to how she answered the question, how did you know that your marriage was over? And she was asked this by Hoda and Jenna of the Today Show. Take a listen.
I knew when I really started to focus on my happiness. I feel like women, we tend to focus on everybody else's happiness, making sure that everybody else is okay. But at the end of the day, it's about self-love. And when you start to really work on yourself, love yourself, know your value, know your worth, and then all of a sudden there's this awakening. Wow. And it's not easy. It's a hard journey. But at the end of the day, I feel like it is so worth it.
Okay, a lot happening there. First and foremost, again, just trying to be kind here. Somebody's asking her a question about her divorce, and she is required to answer the question, I guess, in some capacity that feels good to her. What's also disturbing about this clip, though, is that it's being shared by an Instagram account called Divorce Empowered. Like, who is the person who decided to start an Instagram account entitled Divorce Empowered? Yeah, you should be empowered about your divorce. And this is why they're sharing the clip, because this is her viewpoint, that she started taking care of herself. And she says at the end of the day, it's about self-love, which, by the way, self-love is just a euphemism for selfishness. It's complete and utter selfishness. It's believing in yourself above all else. And oh my gosh, when I was in my marriage, I realized I was taking care of everybody else. And then I needed to start taking care of myself. And the more I started taking care of myself, the more I became selfish, I realized that my marriage was over. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense, because at the end of the day, that actually isn't what marriage or family is about at all. It's the exact opposite. It's sacrificing, and I say this in the best way possible. When you are living that life for you, that is not happiness. It is not.
Woo! Man, Sky.
I don't know. If you look up the definition of selfish or selfishness or self-centered or whatever, I think we all have that some way, somehow. Maybe it's in different forms, different shapes, different variations, right? But only thing I don't like it was a Tia or Tamara. Which one was it? Tia. Is that she used her children, her husband, and anything else for self-happiness. The only way you're gonna get self-happiness is through you. So you should have had that before you got married. You shouldn't have waited till after you was married to try to find it. And that's what's wrong with relationships now. People want to find happiness through money, cars, jewelry, women, wrestling. You will never find it on earthly things. If you don't already have it with you before you bring it into the relationship, then hey, that's on you. And then two, I don't know what his situation is, but I've always tell folks get a plan B, because one day she woke up and decided, hey, my happiness is before my marriage, and then he didn't know this. You know, she sleep, he sleep, so he don't know what she's dreaming about or thinking about. But she woke up and tell, and that started the snowball that is now divorced, right? So now you broken up a family because of something I feel that you should have taken care of before you got into the marriage.
I think this is one of the most important things. I've reiterated this so many times on different shows. I think that first and foremost, men and women for that part too, but more men, because I think men, we don't think about just happiness for the most part when we get married. We know that there's more important things, right? Like our legacy is trying to build something. We don't really focus on that, right? Because no man is happy going to work every day. Some men love their jobs, but that's far and few in between. Most men do not like the job they got to go to. They go because they got to go. They don't go because they want to go, first and foremost, right? So, I always say this, guy, don't never sacrifice for a woman that prioritizes her happiness over the goal of what y'all trying to achieve. If she puts her happiness above everything else, it is bound to fail. And you said something that was very right. Men, we find women that, do he make, no. I need you to be happy on your own. Men, why don't y'all just find women who are just naturally happy? Regardless of what's going on. They just are a happy person. Mm-hmm. Why do you gotta find somebody you gotta do this and do that for and make them happy? Why? What's the point of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not just find somebody who is just naturally already happy? And find somebody that prioritizes others before herself. I always say that. Find a woman that prioritizes other people's happiness over herself. You cannot go wrong with a woman like that. Because a woman that looks at everything like, oh, this is a tedious job, you know, cleaning up after the kids, taking care of the kids, cooking, cleaning, that's a tedious job. And divorce is coming. Fellas, if she look at it like that, divorce is on the way. It's a matter of time. It could come in 5 years, it could come in 10 years, it could come in 20 years. But it's inevitable to come. But if you find a woman that naturally just happy to do that, right? She's happy taking care of kids. She loves kids. She's happy cleaning the house and having a nice clean house. She finds joy in that. Then you found a winner. But it's unfortunate that I don't think there are many, and that's why women be like, I'm a good woman. Well, being a good woman don't mean you're the right woman. What defines somebody as good? Because your definition of good and my definition of good could be totally different.
Right.
You know, and listening to her, it was all I, mine. So when you speak like that and you're in a union, she already speaking selfishly. And it's like, if you're not willing to sacrifice, marriage isn't for everybody. They be like, it's somebody for everybody. That's a lie. Because some people, man, there is no happiness for you.
No.
Your makeup, man, and who you are, you're not going to find somebody. Nope. They telling y'all somebody for. First of all, that's the biggest lie ever, because you could take every woman and every man and pair them up, and it still wouldn't be enough men for the women. So there is not somebody for everybody.
That's true.
That's a lie. That's the biggest lie they ever told y'all. And they right. Some of y'all gonna have to share. Y'all don't like y'all gonna have to share, but y'all gonna have to share. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But marriage is not for, I don't even say it's for half the people. Marriage isn't for 75% of the people. I think the majority of people are selfish. which is why marriages don't last in the first place. There's a reason why there's a low number of successful marriages. And there's a high number of divorces. Because to become divorced, one of the parties, or even both of them, had to be selfish. Because to be selfless, you have to go ahead and make it work for the greater good.
And that's how I see it. It's like when you walk away, when you at 12th grade, when you got your high school diploma, it wasn't about that. It was just a piece of paper. It just showed that you was disciplined and you can accomplish a goal. I mean, same thing with college. You was disciplined and you can accomplish a goal. Most disciplined people who accomplish goals, and they usually become entrepreneurs because entrepreneurs are more goal setters, right? Well, marriage is the same way. If you're somebody who can be disciplined, get your priorities together, and never walk away. Because if you run a business or if you've been to college, you know every day ain't good and every day ain't bad. Same thing as a marriage. If you know how to be disciplined, then marriage is for you. If you don't know how to be disciplined, then yeah, you just need to date.
Or I even say this yet. Don't quit.
Yeah, that's the discipline part. Yeah. Like, these young people, man, they quit in a drop of a dime. They gone. Is it?
Yeah, that's why it don't last. Man, I gotta find my person. What do you mean your person? There is no such thing. And it comes down to this. Are you willing to sacrifice for the greater good? Because there's no exceptions when they do them vows. When they read them vows off, there is no exceptions. People add in exceptions, but when they read them, they don't say, you know, man, for better or for worse, unless this or unless that. In sickness or health, unless this or unless that. For rich or for poor, unless this or unless that. You don't ever hear that during the vows. Why? Because there are no exceptions. It is clear cut. When they mean for worse, that means for absolute the worst thing you can think of that can happen in a relationship, you gonna stick it out regardless. If you don't understand that, you have no business being married.
That's true. And Nas is true too. These guys that want trophy wives and gold diggers and all this other stuff, they want the model thin women. They want all the things that want to look good on the outside, but that'll never still make you happy. I don't care if you have 100 people compliment how good your wife looks every day. That's still not going to make you happy, and it damn sure never make her happy. Happiness comes from within inside. If you have two people who truly love themselves first inside, I believe a marriage can last, because there's nothing you can do or say or she can do or say that's going to take away her happiness or his happiness. And that's what happened with Tia. He said when she started to find her happiness in the midst of the marriage. So that means you wasn't happy when he proposed. You wasn't happy when you said I do. You weren't happy when you had the kids. Is that what that meant?
Man, Naj, next week I'm gonna play you a video that's gonna shock you. I found this video and I was waiting to have a conversation like this, because I'm gonna bridge this conversation that we're having now into a conversation we're gonna start off next week, right? There's a video of a woman saying she has the perfect husband. He's great with the kids. He loves to work. He comes home, everything, right? And she wants a divorce because she's unhappy.
Because she's bored.
Because she's bored. Man, a lot of y'all men don't think that stuff is real. I'm going to gather a video to show y'all this stuff is absolutely real.
And you know what gets me, Mo? Is that I don't think they don't think it's real. I think that they don't care. Right? If there's red flags there that's showing me that this marriage might not last 5 to 10 years, and I'm still dumb enough to do it, I'm going to have a plan B. I know going into this marriage, it was kind of shaky to begin with. She wasn't the type of wife that I really needed, but I just didn't want to be alone. Have a plan B. They don't have a plan A, B, or C. It's like running into a wall blind. You're going to keep running into that wall until you open your eyes, right? So why?
You said you can't take shit.
Yeah, why don't people ever think about that?
Man, you'd be surprised. You missed it. You must have missed the first video that we played. Hold on, let me play it. For you, Nas, I'm gonna play this video back. I don't know if you've seen this video, We played this at the beginning of the show because I know we about to close
He said
this
he
out.
thought he seen the black
But
chick sitting in
Nas,
the car.
I want to play this.
He said he thought he saw the black chick sitting
Say
in the
that
car.
again, son?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna play that for Nas because I don't know if he's seen this video.
Y'all, I literally just ruined a 3-year relationship, and I don't even know how to feel about it. I'm gonna just jump right into the fucking video, all right? So I met this man 2 months ago, okay? And I was under the impression that this man was an LPN. Now, the way that I met him was very organically. I was getting my hair done, and in the middle of me getting my hair done, I got hungry. So I went to go get food. I walked to go get food. As I'm walking to get food, there's a man sitting outside his car. We make eye contact. I continue. I go into the store. I come out the store. He starts following me. He's like, hey, you, I'm talking to you. I turn around. We exchange numbers. Boom. We link up. He still wants to take me on a date, but it's 9 o'clock at this point. It's a little too late for a date, at least where I am. Nothing's open except the casino. So we go to the casino, but nothing's open in the casino. You feel me? So ultimately, we had to just chill in the car. We chill in the car, whatever. We're getting to know each other. I mean, he's gonna know me because I don't shut the fuck up ever about myself. Long story short, we ended up doing the do. Before we did the do, I let him know, because I didn't want to do the do originally. I let him know that I had chlamydia at some point this year. Yeah, I'll own it. I went and got treated for it, but I never went to go get tested again. I let this man know that verbatim. That's exactly what I told him. I had chlamydia, got treated, still haven't gotten tested since. Don't know if I have it, if I'm being honest with you. Exactly what I told that man. He goes, no, you don't have it. Like, you took the medicine. Like, he's trying to reassure me, like, hey, you don't have chlamydia. All right, cool. I believe you. Why? Because he told me he's an LPN. He told me he's a fucking nurse, okay? As he's getting to know my personality, he's also letting me know, like, oh, I'm such a sweet guy. Like, you need a nice guy like me, basically. Like, because you need, like, the opposite of you. Someone that's going to calm you down. Like, he's really trying to get me to believe that he's such a nice guy, that he's a nurse, and he's not like the other guy. As he's saying all this, I'm like not falling for it, because part of me is just like, you're a man, you only want one thing, like, I'm not dumb, okay? After we do the do, this man is literally looking at me with pure fucking disgust, okay? He's looking at me like I just ate my own shit. Like, the way that he looked at me, I never want a man to look at me like that ever again. He looks at me with disgust, and I'm looking at him like, what I do? And he's like,
yeah.
So you sent me this? I don't remember. How did I come across this? If you did send me it, I probably missed it.
Yep.
But it's just, man, me and Sky was talking about this earlier, right? Mm-hmm. That, man, these dudes, they will sleep with, if the chick look good. You're right. I agree with you in this aspect. If the chick look good, that's all the qualifications she need. A lot of these dudes, they gonna go. They're gonna lay down and sleep with these chicks. But this chick, she said something that I think went over people's head. She was like, I know all you want is sex. Did you catch that?
Mm-hmm.
I know you only want one thing. So she knew what he was there for. And she knew that it was possible that she had chlamydia. Now, she could have told him easily, if she was a good woman or a good character, she could have easily told him no. She could have told him no, but she didn't tell him.
She sure didn't.
She let him go anyway. So a lot of this is yes, a lot of these dudes that, they superficial, but I'm sorry. I think females are way more superficial than dudes. Way more. The qualifications, like this dude didn't. All he had to do was he had to be handsome enough and an LPN for her to sleep with him on the first day. It wasn't even a full 24 hours, and she slept with him. And not only is she at risk for an STD, but if she get pregnant, he go off. He's still doing what he do. Now she got kids. So she always gonna pay a higher price than him. Because any good man after that is gonna be like, yeah, I like you, you're a great woman, but you got kids. I don't know if I want to go ahead. I want somebody who ain't got kids like me. So there's multiple layers of prices that you pay as a woman in a scenario like that.
I have a question for you, Damo. Speaking about women with children, I know the videos I see, they talk about men not dating or being with women with children, but it's always within an age range, right? What if you're dating a woman, your kids are grown and her kids are grown, or if you ain't got kids, her kids are grown and out of the house? Is that the same as is that still the same as dating a woman that has 10, 12, 11-year-olds, 7-year-olds and stuff like that?
No. Because, man, when the kids were still in the house with her, they are part of your investment. You know what I'm saying? And you have to have a different mindset to deal with a woman with kids. Right. Because, first and foremost, you have to have the understanding that them kids will never accept you and respect you the same way that they're going to love and accept their biological parent. Because that's whose loins they come from. You see what I'm saying? And so you're never going to have a scenario where, as a stepfather, you get the same level of respect. But that brings me back to this. Next week, we're going to talk about this. Sierra, I should have brought this on, but I said I'm going to save it for next week. We're going to talk about next week. What are y'all thoughts on Sierra hyphening the last name of Future son?
Did she hyphen it or change it?
So it's
did she hyphen it or change it?
No, she hyphened it. So he still got that same last name, but it's just she added the Wilson name on too, without his permission. So we're gonna talk about that.
Gotcha.
We're gonna talk about that because there was a lot of men wasn't happy about it.
So as of right now, the advice you would give young men is find a woman before she has kids, or find a woman who what we call an empty nester that don't have kids out of the house. Don't deal with any women that has children still in the house. They either have to be with them before they have kids, or once their kids are grown and off into college.
Man, you know what, Sky? Personally, I feel like this. And my perspective is more from the woman's standpoint. I think if you're a woman, if you got kids, you should wait till your kids are out the house. Because if you're not good at picking men for the most part, you know, a lot of these kids lose their life because of a step parent. You're inviting a man that don't have no emotional connection to your children. He actually don't want nothing to do with the children. He really, for the most part, a lot of them just want you. So women, when y'all bring, that's why y'all daughters be touched by y'all boyfriends and stuff. Y'all boyfriends don't have no emotional connection. Not saying that there aren't men that aren't like that, but you're taking a huge gamble. You see what I'm saying? You're taking a huge gamble. So a lot of these young girls, and even the boys, they get touched by a lot of step parents because the step parents, they don't have no emotional connection to the kid. And so you're putting your kids at risk. When the biological father or even the mother are no longer around, you are the last line of defense for your kid. So I think that if it's not going to work out between you and the person you had kids with, you should just wait till your kids out the house. Plain and simple. Some people may disagree, but I'm speaking from the woman's perspective. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, man, if you know you suck, and a lot of young women, y'all know y'all are absolutely terrible when it comes to judging the character of men. Y'all should not be inviting men into y'all kids' lives. I know women, man, and we all do know women that will invite another man into the house to move in right away because it's hard for them to be alone. You're putting your kids in harm's way.
Absolutely.
And so, but as far as the men, we have to have a different mindset. We have to say, hey, I'm doing this selflessly. I may not get the respect and you know, and be worshipped and cherished the way that I feel like I should be. But it's not kids is an extension of that woman. So you're gonna do it because you love the kids through the woman.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be looking to get anything in return. If your mindset is if you get with a woman with kids, is that you're going to get something in return, if that's your mindset, then it's not for you. And women shouldn't hold it against men that not wired like that. He doing you a favor.
Right.
But I just think, man, that you just, if it ain't gonna work out, people that actually just don't need to have kids. If you're gonna have sex, go have sex. But just, man, put on protection. Have some form of birth control. Because, man, if it don't work out, the only people that suffer in it is the kids. You don't suffer, you got sex out of it. The people that really suffer is the kids.
Mm-hmm.
They the ones that end up on the bad end of it. That's why these kids are now. That's why they talking reckless. These kids don't respect nobody. These kids don't respect their parents. They don't respect school officials. They don't respect the police. We heard on the show earlier. They don't even respect any president or the military. When you're bold enough to stick your chest out, right? To stick your chest out and talk bad like you're going to challenge the military, you are absolute imbecile. You ain't got a lick of common sense. You ain't got a lick of common sense. Ain't no way I'm challenging. Some people can't even run 10 yards. And you challenging the military? 3 steps and you out of breath. And you think that switch? Do you know what 223s and some of these shells they got? Man, shoot, y'all these fools crazy. They out their mind.
That's the world we live in.
They nuts.
Yep.
They nuts, man. But man, Sky, we cooked up another classic.
Absolutely.
I think the topics, man, was all over the place. I love the fact that now, for my people, if y'all not following me, especially on TikTok, go follow us on YouTube. It's www.youtube.com/the @ SO Media. Go follow us on YouTube, man. Y'all can watch this whole show, the recap. I promise y'all. Y'all will find a lot of very good clips and a lot of very good shows. This is just 2 men. There's not a lot of spaces for men to have conversation. There's not, man. It used to be the barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, a lot of us don't even want to go there no more.
Yep.
Barbershops, man, at one point it's about $50 a hair. My gas don't even cost much. Hell, you talking about $50? I cut my own stuff for $50.
Yeah. What it's going to be,
we
man.
don't have no way to conversate. But here, we can come here. If you get on and you're following us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, you can have a conversation. We can talk, man, a variety of stuff. From relationships, politics, such as, weird news, odd news, wish on social media. We got a broad spectrum of what we like to cover. So.
And I'm glad you said that because it's stuff I need to start talking about. But I won't say aren't you glad, but when you hear stuff like that, the people that are in barbershops, like the physical barbershops, are charging $50 for a simple haircut. Anybody out there that knows how to cut hair should come and undercut them. Hell, if I had the time, I would go on YouTube and learn how to cut hair because I'm going to take all y'all clients. Y'all charging $50. Hell, I might charge $25, maybe $30, depending on what you're trying to do. And do you know how much money I'm going to make instead of them going to the shop and being paid $50? I'm going to charge half. People don't hear the hustle in that. God, if I had the time, I would go on YouTube and learn how to cut hair. I swear I would. Because now, since you said, there's so many nappy-headed kids in the hood that need their haircuts and they mammy can't afford to take them once a month for $50. I would travel to you, or I would do it outside of my little van right there. I have a chair, man. I would have it set up, man.
Man, you think about it, Sky.
Yeah,
that is a good feel because if you charge $15 an hour, to cut hair, and you can do, 15 a client, and you can cut 2 heads in 30 minutes. That's $30 an hour.
Yep.
And if you're really good, like, man, I was trying to, let me tell y'all, I can't tell y'all this business idea, but I had a very bright, because I'm going to hold on to it, but I had a very bright business idea for barbers, and I couldn't find one smart enough that can understand and see the vision that I had. But I'm going to bring it to fruition soon, so I can't even talk about it. I'll probably share it with you later on, but I had a vision, and I was like, damn, this will work. But that's a good field to get in nonetheless.
Oh, yeah. And then you got to realize a lot of people, man, they ain't got cars, they ain't got nothing. And most of these women probably got 2 boys at least. So you charge, even if you do $20, $25 a head, and they don't want you in their house. Well, everything's delivered now. Everybody has a food truck or detail truck. And I'll pull up with my truck, have the chair out there, and then you ain't got to clean up because it's hit the grass of the ground, so it don't even matter. And then next channel, and then if you doing it in the middle of the hood, you know what I mean? People are looking like, man, come on, or just pass your business cards, just whatever. And the ones who can't come to you, that's fine. But hey, that is a great business to get into because people are going to need haircuts until the end of time, and nobody wants to keep paying $50 to get haircuts.
Man, you know what? I'm surprised that barbers weren't doing this years ago when I was young, right? Especially if you were cutting the hair of older men, older gentlemen. Have a real life barbershop/gentleman's club. Whatsoever do you mean? Go ahead and have an exotic dancer and have a pole in the middle of your shop, and they entertaining the guests that's sitting there waiting for haircuts. You know what I'm saying? These dudes throwing in ones, pennies, or quarters, whatever they got. You know what I'm saying? And the exotic dancer getting paid. You entertaining them, right? And the people getting their haircut, they enjoying it. They getting the haircut, man, and they getting to watch a show.
Yep. Oh yeah. When I was growing up, what used to entertain us was like the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo, because they would have the little TV there for the kids.
I remember those. They used to play
haircuts. If a mom brought multiple kids and only one was getting their haircut, everybody would be over there. I know y'all see like the old guys, they play chess and checkers, but for kids, they had the Nintendo or the Super Nintendo hooked up. You over there playing until it was time to go. Yeah.
Man. I don't know, man. Maybe my mind is just wired a little different, but man, I want to thank y'all for tuning in, man. We are always doing this show. Today is the first day in a long time I did a TikTok live. TikTok, all my people that standing here, man, I appreciate y'all being here. We're going to invite y'all and do this every Tuesday. So mark it down every Tuesday. I want y'all to be involved with our conversations. We have some really good conversations. Thank you to Naj and everybody else that's watching via Facebook, YouTube. Sky, what social media platforms are you connected to right now?
Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Do you have like multiple cameras? Because I don't have nothing else to go to TikTok live. Like I'm using every camera I have right now to stream. So I would have to get by a third phone.
Actually, it's via my phone. So I got my phone right here. Now I am capable of having another camera. So I'm working on that, and so that's coming soon.
So I'll have to go buy me another cheap smartphone, hook it up to Wi-Fi, log into my TikTok account, and then have another camera with just TikTok, a camera with just Instagram. Because this right here is giving me the Facebook and the Instagram. So I would need like one more to do my TikTok live.
Well, you can connect a TikTok. I think you have to have so many followers, but you can connect your TikTok live to this. I think we were at one point connected on here via my TikTok, and I think we said something. The thing about TikTok is you got to be careful of the words you say, because you can say a trigger word that gets you like suspended. So that's why and I think we did one day, because we try to be raw and uncut. I hate that they try to, suppress our conversation, because that's the issue I have. They don't allow men to have conversation as men. Like we can't just talk freely. Everybody is offended by the smallest thing. So I have, set up the TikTok on my phone, and I've separated it from the platform of which YouTube, Twitch, Facebook is connected.
Right.
So that's what it is. But hey, man, you got anything going on this weekend or anything you want to plug them in about?
Well, tonight, RCW Redneck Championship Wrestling will bring you the D-Bling Radio Show. Everybody know tonight, offtopradio.com. That is offtopradio.com. We stream on offtoprecords.net. That is offtoprecords.net. And so this weekend, Illinois, 2-day weekend for me. Friday night, I'll be in Ridgeway, Illinois, and then Saturday night, I'll be in Innsville, Illinois. So everybody in Ridgeway, come see Sky Black Wrestle in Ridgeway, Illinois, and then the next day, come back and see Sky Black Wrestle in Innsville, Illinois. It's been a while since I've done this before, like back-to-back shows like that in a different state. I've done it here in Tennessee, but in a different state. No, so yeah, so that's where I'll be. So everybody in Illinois, Sky Black will be up there. Redneck Championship Wrestling, me, Mike Cobb, JDV, Classic Man, all the stars will be up there. So if you're up in those areas in Illinois, come holler at us.
Man, make sure y'all tune in every Saturday. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have a show this Saturday. My schedule may change. I'll find out when I get to work. But Saturdays, 8 p.m. EST, 7 Central, we do the Soul Driven Sports podcast, which has been also just as good of a show as this one. So we talk nothing but sports, real fun. That show is just as fun as this one. Also, we are working on the Soul Driven app. It will be releasing the first week of November. And on that app, we're going to have a Soul Driven swimsuit magazine. So that's something we're going to have on the app. We're going to have a chat. We're going to have up-to-date live sports. By the way, congratulations to your Denver Broncos, man, for pulling off. They beat our hometown team, man, the Titans. So, Bronco Nation. Hey, it was a good day for the horses anyway. Because my Colts, we dominated the Dogs. We turned them into goldfish.
That's right. Hey, that Cleveland-Cincinnati game was really good, too. That was a really good game.
Yeah, but in Cleveland fashion, leave it up to Cleveland to lose a game where the opposite team only has 7 yards in the second half total. Leave it to Cleveland. Not leave it to Beaver. Leave it to Cleveland to lose the game, right? In which the other team only gets 7 total yards in the second half. And then you praise the quarterback. What are we praising the quarterback for? You couldn't beat a team that only had 7 yards in the second half? What kind of praise are you getting? Can we please put Shador Sanders in? Please? We're not going nowhere with Joe Flacco. I'm sorry. We are going anywhere with Joe Flacco. He got concrete boots on. Can we get somebody else? I'm about to go crazy.
Well, you might get your wish somewhere down the line if y'all go. Y'all lose, y'all go 0-4, 0-5 or something here. They might bring them in here. Because it's crazy. Did you see that he had the #1 jersey sales in the whole league once he got signed? I mean, we talking about people. Patrick Mahomes, he beat. Josh Allen, he beat. Jamar Jackson. All these people, his jersey outsold all of those people, man. So just from a money standby, putting him in won't hurt you.
Man.
I mean, millions of jerseys. So he ain't even playing football yet. They sold millions of jerseys.
It is exhausting being a Browns fan. They need to call us the Cleveland Doo-Doos. We brown anyway. Call us the Cleveland Doo-Doos. I mean, because our team is doo-doo. I love them anyway. But we did it. You know what I'm saying? We toilet bowl. You know, we the doo-doo that scraped the bushes, still remnants of the doo-doo there. We that doo-doo. I'm sick of the Browns, man. Thank God for the Colts.
who you want to bring back? Bernie Kosar? Like, who do you want to bring back on the Browns that's going to give you what you're looking for?
Johnny Unitas. Give us Johnny Unitas. Find us anybody. Reincarnate anybody. Actually, just start Shador. Just please start Shador. I mean, our season is over. We looking forward to the draft. The worst part about it is you need to find out if you got a quarterback because Arch Manning do not look like the player that we thought he was. He don't. He not Peyton. He not even Eli.
Whose child is he? Is he Cooper's child? Okay.
Yeah, he's Cooper's child. And he played just like Cooper. The apple do not fall too far from the tree.
You said week one, y'all already ready for the draft? Good Lord.
Man, our season over.
But you know what, though?
Hell yeah. Our owner competent. You know, I gotta give credit. I gotta give some credit to Andrew Berry because it looked like this year's draft he did pretty good. But the coaches, man, we accomplished. It's the reason why we lost to a team that only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yards in the whole second quarter. Second half, not quarter.
That's crazy.
Second half.
That is crazy.
And we lost.
So I understand why they don't probably want to put Shador in right now because they don't think he's ready. What is the name of the Titans starting quarterback, the overall #1 pick? What was his name? Huh? Why would they don't? You know, if they had a different quarterback, they probably could have beat the Broncos. But he's talented, don't get me wrong. But this boy is just a rookie. You throw him in the fire week 1?
You got to. Peyton Manning did. They did Peyton Manning the first year. People forget. The first season, Peyton Manning.
Yeah, of course.
30 interceptions. He actually broke the record. The following year, he went something like 3-13 his first year. Came back, went 12-4 the following year. You got to see what you got. You got to learn. There's a learning curve. You got to throw them out. Either you're made.
I see that. I'm just old school. I like to have my rookie sit behind a veteran quarterback like Joe Flacco for at least a year.
Man, what Joe Flacco going to teach Shador Sanders? How to throw interceptions?
Well, that's so easy, right? Right.
Touchdown. I think it come down to this guy. I think it needs to be judged by this. I think in order to put a rookie quarterback in, you need to. This is more important than him being in front of a veteran quarterback. The offensive line. Because I don't care who you are. Look at Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, when he came behind Green, right? He had an offensive line. If you got a young quarterback and your offensive line got questions, you shouldn't put him out there. You're gonna damage his confidence.
Yep. That's what happened to the people last night at who was I watching last night?
The Bears?
Yeah, the Bears. And who was they playing? Yeah. Well, that's what happened in the second half of the Bears. Man, their offensive line was just it wasn't there. They was coming through after him, play after play after play. Man. But everybody's not in game shape. Week 1, nobody's in game shape. I don't care how many practice and OTAs you have. You have to play the game to get in game shape. So maybe by week 2 or 3, your Browns and the Bears, they will get it together. But man, that second half, you're right. Your offensive line, they collapse. It's over.
Y'all need to change on that. Y'all need to switch names with the Cubs. Y'all need to give the Cubs the name of the Bears, and y'all need to give the Bears the name of the Cubs. Because the Bears, Chicago, y'all the real Cubs. Y'all not the Bears. The Cubs is the Bears, and the Bears is the Cubs. I'm just saying. You know, because y'all lost the Minnesota Vikings. I'm sorry, all y'all Viking fans, but y'all that cheerleader y'all got, this man dancing like he dancing, y'all the Vikings from here on out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got Tampon Tim as y'all governor. Y'all in trouble.
Yeah.
Y'all in trouble, man. But hey, You got any more information, man? We want to share with them before we
Amnesia,
get up out of
Miranda
here?
G, and Becca Baby 2004 for joining us on Instagram. Thank you, Naj, for joining us here. I believe since you had went live before I could add on my social media, it didn't show because a lot of people saying we don't see you live. So, but again, y'all, I had a job I had to do in Columbia, Tennessee. I try to get back as fast as possible. But thank everybody on Damo's end that has been watching.
Well, you know what? I got to make sure that I take, because they're going to miss a really good show. It's unfortunate, man. Today, I think it was one of our classics, man. We had a variety of topics we were talking about. So I'm going to make sure I share this. And thank everybody that was tuned in. Next time, I know now to just wait and start it when you.
Oh, no. That's my thing, man. I will try to go all the way down to Columbia, Tennessee, and make it back before 12. So next Tuesday, should be good. We should be good. And now and then you had those ups and downs. They called me at the last minute. They needed it done at the last minute. So I'm like, okay, I get up about 8 in the morning, go down there and handle my business. Of course, you know, it just never works out.
Well, I will have you to show information early. Did it work like that when I did that? The kind of
That was nice. Yeah.
Me sending you. Okay, so we're gonna do that going forward. That way, man, we kind of know what the show gonna be about. Man, thank everybody that's tuned in.
Thank y'all.
Out, y'all. Peace until next week, man. We are out.